যদি সবাই ফিরে যায়, ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা সবাই ফিরে যায়, যদি গহন পথে যাওয়ার কালে কেউ ফিরে না চায়, তবে পথের কাটা তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে, তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে। যদি আলো না ধরে, ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা আলো না ধরে, যদি ঝড় বাদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে, তবে বজ্রানলে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো রে, আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে। একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে।
Good evening, guys. Welcome to another depressing discussion about West Bengal. As much as you can be sure that the sun will rise tomorrow, you can be sure that socialism or the remnants of it or the ghosts of it, ghosts of Karl Marx even, will keep fucking West Bengal. And you all know my demeanor and my rhetoric, which is often rude and inhuman at times, lacking empathy and stuff, because I believe I'm not that close to any retail politics related stuff. Therefore, I can afford to have sort of cool, edgy bro truths that are in the end true but not really polite. But today, even I am absolutely shocked, and I think it has sent shockwaves across the state in Bengali households. Well, I specifically mentioned Bengalis being affected here because the non-Bengalis, Marwaris and stuff, they are usually richer, and they usually don't stand in queues for government jobs, at least not in teaching positions. And the non-Bengali Muslims, they are either insanely rich or insanely poor to care about this profession. So it's mainly Bengalis who have been absolutely screwed by socialism today again. And so for the non-Bengalis here, first tell me, how many of y'all have absolutely no clue what happened, okay? How are you so surprised? I'll tell you why I'm surprised, Rishi. Very good question. I am surprised because I thought the Supreme Court will keep up with that notion of, let's say, even if we are in a doubt, we will not send the innocent man to jail. We will not send the innocent man. We will never punish the innocent man, even if it means letting go of the actual criminal. Okay, I thought that still might go on, and Supreme Court will never have the balls to do this. Where now there have been different statistics thrown about, but allegedly about 6,000 to 7,000 of the 26,000 people were in fact deserving candidates who really gave proper examinations, prepared for them, wanted to become teachers. We are going to keep away our libertarian hats and lenses today for most of the time. Otherwise, there is of course a great reason to critique or criticize socialism in general here, government corruption, etc. But in general, we are going to focus on how people who thought this job is really important grew up in situations where either this job was made to feel important or this was their only way out of abject poverty. For those people who were deserving, even they have lost their jobs out of the blue without any preparation. And when they have when they have been at those jobs for years now, and they have their EMIs, they are the sole breadwinners and stuff, because people from these classes usually come from a little bit more of those conservative backgrounds where the guy is the sole breadwinner of the family, or the girl is the breadwinner of the family only because that family is that fucking poor. Okay, so this is an insane situation, pretty mind-boggling, horrifying. We are going to go through all details, and there are countless details to take note of. Absolute clusterfuck has been created by the government of West Bengal today. Let me check some comments here. How many of you all are here? Shrink, Rohan Dante, hello. Ram Vikhyat. Divya Singh late. Bhai kya hua? Has anyone seen SSS Potter? No, I don't know. Namaste Gautam Varun. Buddhadev, hello. Ei jinishta ki? Which jinish? This jinish. Milton is saying Jai Shri Ram Dada, Jai Shri Ram. Stupid YouTube doesn't notify at right time. Lol. Abhay BJP को defend करेगा like a spokesperson और क्या? On what topic? Yeah, Abhishek Mukherjee da, we can't, or young bro, Ministry of Sociologist can't be invited as of yet because he's still worried about getting recognized. Okay, Half-Blood Prince knows what's going on. Middle class Bengalis, middle and lower middle class pretty much. Now we can understand how. Yeah, now bros who are going on saying that yes, even if 25,752 people to be precise have lost their jobs, even then we can't talk about privatization of education. We can't talk about private schools because you see market failure, money laundering. That's the thing we must always care about no matter what goes on in our society. Time to quote Sanjay Sanyal. We are always bothered about market failure from the morning till night. But meanwhile, we are living in societies and situations where it's state failure after state failure after state failure. Okay. So even in this situation, people think, no, the free market or the private school situation, that would probably be even worse. Now, a lot of people have some legitimate qualms against the current private schools because a lot of them are absolutely horseshit schools who have no good teachers. Even then they get to charge absolutely mind-boggling numbers and donations for admission just because the parents are not that educated enough or are not aware enough about the qualifications of the teachers in the school or whether the school is even nice, good enough or not, just because of the way the school is promoted. Okay, you add Saint in front of any name, let's say Saint Black Mike, okay, everyone will go to that school immediately because convent schools have a general reputation and everyone thinks anyone with the word saint is a great convent school. Now, there are schools even without the word saint, which market themselves pretty well and also are absolutely horseshit schools. Now, a lot of those schools would not survive in a really free situation because a lot of taxes. There are a lot of ways to solve this problem. Free market is the key, but in a true free market situation, exorbitant amounts, which is almost unpayable by everyone because they are so poor out of paying taxes, would not arise, nor would there be corruption. Okay, that's important. What is Bengal? Oh, the land of a great poet. Yes. What happened? Yeah. So what happened is the 2016 panel of all the government school teachers in West Bengal have been fired because some of them got that job by corruption. People are calling it an institutional corruption. Now, a lot of people who got those jobs deservingly were begging the government to distinguish between the deserving candidates and the non-deserving candidates, which was allegedly, deliberately not allowed or not done by the West Bengal government. And why, you may ask? Because of a very, very cunning situation. If the government or the people from the party who runs the West Bengal government admit to, let's say, X, Y, and Z are the non-deserving candidates who got that job by doing shenanigans, and ABC are deserving candidates, then what happens is X, Y, Z goes to the media or the police or CBI and says that, what the fuck, guys, I paid this amount to that neta there, and even then I'm being called non-deserving and now my job is fucked. Do something about it. So in order to try to save them, they fuck the deserving candidates. Okay, this is what the state does because they can. This is socialism for you guys. Now, what was an even more insane idea that the state came up with, since Bengalis are known and famous for their creativity. So when they put their creative brains into corruption, such beautiful examples come up. So they created out of the blue some random vacancies in order to employ the undeserving ones, which has also been challenged in the courts, and the verdict for that, or the case for that, hearings for that, will, I think, start tomorrow onwards or sometime soon. And what's absolutely insane is that, which I don't know how it will be possible, but the non-deserving ones, although they have not been able to be distinguished 100%, but some people have been distinguished to be absolutely surely are the deserving ones. Only some of them. Why that is so? There are questions surrounding it. I'm not clear on that. And there are, I think, legitimate questions to bring that up. But there are ambiguities with some of them. So while there can't be clear distinctions between the deserving and non-deserving, some of them have been at least cleared to be deserving. While the rest of the lot, there might be some deserving candidates, there might be some undeserving candidates. Now that lot, which comprises of the deserving, maybe deserving, maybe non-deserving, they have been asked to pay back every penny to the government that they received as salaries for all these years with 12% interest. Can you fucking believe that? Have you ever heard of anything like this? And the people who are deserving, who are I guess pretty much under loans and all sorts of EMIs, because you can't really live in the current society without loans and EMIs pretty much. And financial literacy for Indians in general is absolutely of horseshit proportions. Bengalis even lesser, because paisa kya hai, haath ki mail hai bosri ke. Now, a lot of them also, obviously most of us in society in some way or the other, some more, some less, also do that keeping up with the Joneses stuff. Rene Girard's metaphysical desire, okay? I have to portray the part of someone who has that kind of lifestyle. So people are always buried under loans pretty much. Now, those people, those deserving candidates who are drawing salaries from the government deservedly, from tomorrow, they won't be able to pay back their EMIs. Okay. And think of this. Who is even going to give them any loans for this situation right now? Because they know these guys are not going to have a job anytime soon. Now, the court has asked the matter to be solved in 3 months, and some people need to be reinstated and stuff. I saw some comments elsewhere in some intelligent people's discussion. Let me know, the Bengalis here who have done some research on this, is that true or not? Or is that even possible or not? That this entire situation being solved in 3 months is not possible, or reinstating people is not possible because of the OBC quota fuck up that the government has also done. Okay, that's also been challenged in the court. Okay, the allegedly random giving away of OBC certificates to mainly Muslims. And so if that situation is not cleared, how are they going to be reinstating people? So now there are so many points to discuss. I tried really hard to be Vivek Ramaswamy here and not take the help of any written notes and shit and just explain to you the points. It's absolutely beyond me. It's so mind-boggling. I found a Facebook post where it was jotted down point by point. I am going to go through them to flesh out all the details. Okay. Tatvik is pointing out that the government burned the OMR sheets so that nobody knows who is deserving and who isn't. Allegedly. Samajwad has ruined Eastern India. Prem Prasan is saying, yes, absolutely. Perfect Cell is saying Bengalis aren't materialistic. They are above that. Yes. Milton, Rishi 12. Oh, you are reacting what the fuck to what I was saying, right? Divya is saying, and Akhilesh Yadav supported the third class clowns, buffoons called teach. Yeah. Saint Hotshit School. Yeah. People would flock to it immediately. Shrink is saying the people who usually go for these exams are people who come from the background that is far less exposed to the neoliberal corporate environment. Hence, losing a job for them means a disaster. Which is why I have some empathy today, at least, because it's obvious that after all, I have not really tried for any government job, or I'm not in a government job right now, is only because my parents did not force me into it, or did not think that that's the only way out of poverty, or that's the only way to become rich. So thank God for that, or thank my parents for that. Now let us go through all the insane details. This post was written by a pretty famous sports journalist, Orkoduti Palit, from his, I don't know if he wrote it himself, but this is insane. But he did a great job of compiling the details, okay? Nitai Paul is saying all examinations under state government is halted for this OBC case and government intentionally delaying it in Supreme Court. Exactly what I was saying, yes. So you see, it's volcano on one side and a cliff on one side for these people. Seven is saying, think of their future. What kind of reference will they get? Why they got laid off? Hard to explain. Yeah. Havla Prince is saying, why then there is no ruckus from any party? Havla Prince, you are probably from outside Bengal, right? In West Bengal, there has been enough ruckus from the morning from all opposition parties, but every other state or the central leaderships of all these parties are absolutely ignoring it. I don't know why. Because I guess Congress has to be Trinamool's friends again in 2029, so they are not going to go too hard into this. But BJP, central BJP, or the more senior leaders, senior influencers from other states, why aren't they bringing this up too much? I'm not sure, and I'm very disappointed. So let's go through these points. So 25,752 folks stand to lose their jobs, with cancer patient Shoma Dash being the lone exception on humanitarian grounds. What about the valid ones? And I personally have no idea whether Shoma Dash is one of the people who were absolutely sure to be the deserving ones, but it was Justice Abhijit Ganguly, who is now the BJP MP, who actually carved out this humanitarian ground for her, that okay, you have cancer. So I'm thinking that Abhijit Ganguly, who had some notion of who are the truly deserving ones and who are the truly assholes, therefore might have realized that Shoma Dash is probably one of the deserving, and she has cancer, so let's just keep her away from this. Otherwise, if you have cancer and you are undeserving, even then you don't deserve to teach, because your cancer has nothing to do with your knowledge that you are going to impart to the kids. And a lot of people have been saying, we'll go through some news footage and stuff about the protesters and stuff. A lot of them are obviously all of them are heartbroken, devastated, crying and stuff on the roads, on the streets, which they have been doing for the last few years. But one girl, I guess it's just she was just blabbering at that moment in front of the camera in this insane heat, and she is in a shock. But she said something insane, which is kind of a pattern with urban Bengalis. She said that, yes, I don't know why this is happening with us. We are deserving candidates, and the state government, central government, everyone is to be blamed for this. Okay, these are the people who want to get away with preventing Hindu fascism and fucking the state in return for all these years. Okay, even now they are looking for an excuse to say that legendary phrase that's usually said by Bengalis in every context, "Dupokkei dosh chilo," the addiction towards false equivalency. They're looking for a chance to say, yes, there was blame on both sides. Ab kahi kare. Okay, what in the fuck was the central government supposed to do about this? And hilariously, a lot of people are pissed with CPIM because CPIM's Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya, former mayor of Kolkata, he was one of the key lawyers who pursued these cases. Okay, let's start now. So the judiciary had given ample time to the School Service Commission and West Bengal government to get things correct. And today Mamata Banerjee has said that School Service Commission is an autonomous body. We don't know what happens inside. A simple verification of the results would have sieved out the valid and the non-valid, but if only that it was that simple. In its affidavit, now listen to this. This is where it gets absolutely thriller level insanity. In its affidavit before the High Court, School Service Commission of West Bengal had claimed that 16.8% or 4,327 of the appointments were illegal. When the High Court had invalidated the panel last year, first Calcutta High Court invalidated the panel. Okay, Justice Abhijit Ganguly himself said that, yeah, all of them need to be fired. Then they challenged it in Supreme Court. At that point, School Service Commission Chairman Siddhartha Mujumdar proclaimed that no, 20.5% or 5,300 of them are the undeserving ones. But while challenging the High Court order in the Supreme Court, the West Bengal government lawyer mentioned that the figure was 8,000 or around 31%. So it's going on increasing. Now, allegedly, School Service Commission destroyed the original OMR sheets, the mark sheets, a year after the 2016 exam. It had outsourced an agency called NYSA to digitally mirror image the OMRs. Now here we will check out some things about this company called NYSA. NYSA Communications, first of all, its head office is in UP, Noida, of all places. So no Joy Bangla here. West Bengal government was hiring a UP-based company to do their bidding. Hilarious. Now check this out. So this is a case from 2022, Punjab Haryana High Court. I don't know what's the verdict of this, but NYSA Communications Limited versus State of Punjab and ANR. I don't know what ANR is, but you see they were blacklisted and they were fighting the case in Punjab. Now let's check out some of. Although I'm not sure if this is the same NYSA Communications, but when you type out NYSA Communications, this is the only thing that comes about. Now their website, if you click on it, does it even open? Let's see. It wasn't opening since all morning. Oh, it does open today. It was pretty hard to find out about the founders and stuff, but I managed to from other places. Okay, wait, hold on. LinkedIn, there's not much details to be found. IT services and IT consulting, 500 employees, 159 associate members, headquarters in Hindutva fascist state, Uttar Pradesh, founded in 2008. Now, who are the founders? Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, NYSA Communications Private Limited. Public announcement, September 21, 2023. What is the public announcement? Let's see. Public announcement of corporate insolvency resolution process. Mr. Rajesh Kumar Parekh. Yeah, he is probably the founder. Okay, so back to the sad stuff. Yeah, image the OMRs. Now, the School Service Commission claimed it had copies of the images, but the CBI failed to find it on their servers. But when RTI requests for individual candidates, okay, not the group, individual candidates came up for 2018 onwards, School Service Commission provided them with their sheets then. Okay. CBI could not find it. RTI was done for individual candidates and then they had to give up. Wait, this brings to my mind something else. One of our viewers said something interesting that's been going on in my mind for a while now, that this won't help BJP in 2026 elections because of the deserving situation, because of the deserving candidates also losing their jobs and stuff. How many of y'all think that can be the case? That was a pretty interesting take, I think. Now, it's not that those deserving candidates, let's say, matter too much, mathematically speaking. It's about 6,000 to 7,000 people who are deserving and lost the jobs anyway. But their families are involved. Is that really important? And because what I'm thinking is, except the deserving candidates and their families, direct families, who are really pissed off about losing their jobs, and maybe even some of them, except them and some of them, no one is going to be really bothered about letting Trinamool get away with this stuff anymore. Do people care that much about the deserving candidates to say that no, let's keep this government once more and let's hope for the best 5 years, 10 years down the line. So let's see. Now this company NYSA itself was not appointed via open tenders. Can you believe that? Okay, that's usually supposed to happen, right? Private companies are supposed to be hired with via open tenders. So guys, Adani Ambani is crony capitalism. Hiring NYSA is not. SSC didn't even disclose, so School Service Commission didn't even disclose the requirements for such an appointment. Interesting. Later on, NYSA further outsourced it to Data Scantech, who themselves carried out the procedure. But School Service Commission folks claimed no knowledge of Data Scantech, despite all OMRs being physically imaged at the School Service Commission headquarters by Data Scantech staff. The High Court had to literally force the School Service Commission to publish the results in a transparent manner in 2019. Even that contained rank changes and data manipulation. Blank OMRs, okay, people who didn't get almost any marks or they were simply blank, they got marks, quote unquote marks. Manipulations happened at every step of the way. In the name of re-evaluation, fraudulent candidates secured jobs without even appearing for the counseling process, without even going through the mandatory personality test. Okay, this is another point to add, that the Supreme Court has said that people who are undeserving candidates but were in other government jobs and then they left that job to become undeserving candidates as a teacher can now pursue that job again. Okay, yes, I know you were a corrupt fucker who wanted to become a teacher even though you did not have any qualifications for it and wanted to draw taxpayer funded salary and wanted to fuck up the futures of kids. But it's okay. You can take another government job. Ye lo bhosri ke, nacho banchod. And all these are on record in the public domain in court documents. The School Service Commission even tried to accommodate the illegals via supernumerary post appointments. This is an absolute piece of insanity, creative insanity, which is going to be taken care of in the courts tomorrow onwards, I've heard. In other words, legitimizing the crime, okay? They created the government, and allegedly the government cabinet created extra vacancies to just hire the non-deserving candidates, okay? Illegalities in the selection process via New Indian Express article on the same, okay? So listen to these points now. School Service Commission appointed Messrs. NYSA, NYSA for scanning and evaluating the OMR sheets by closed-door tender in violation of Articles 14 and 16 of the Constitution of India. कुणाल कामड़ा के सर पे जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का टैटू है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और वेस्ट बंगाल जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फॉलो करता है वो शायद सेम नहीं है, क्योंकि यहाँ तो क्रोनिज्म भी चल रहा है, आर्टिकल्स का वायलेशन भी हो रहा है. NYSA engaged another agency, Data Scantech, to scan the OMR sheets. एक काम मुझसे नहीं हो पाता है. You had one job, bro. Scan the OMR sheets. उसके लिए एक और कंपनी को काम दिया गया. Scanning was done at the office of School Service Commission. But School Service Commission claims it never engaged Data Scantech to scan the OMR sheets or authorized NYSA to engage Data Scantech or any other agency. Clusterfuck. School Service Commission destroyed original OMR sheets. I'm going to add allegedly because I have not read the newspaper report myself. So allegedly, School Service Commission destroyed original OMR sheets, claimed scanned mirror images saved in its server. CBI did not find any scanned mirror image of OMR sheets in the server of School Service Commission. OMR sheets had been destroyed without the scanned mirror images being preserved in the server of School Service Commission. But School Service Commission provided scanned OMR sheets to RTI applicants from 2018 to 2023, claiming that such OMR sheets were from its database, although CBI did not find any OMR sheets in the server of School Service Commission. Appointments higher than the declared vacancies had been given in all 4 categories. Appointments higher than declared vacancies. कौन कहता है jobs नहीं है? कौन कहता है बिहारी jobs हमारे jobs ले रहे हैं? तो भाई डिक्लेयर्ड वैकेंसी के से ज्यादा भी जॉब्स मिल गए हैं. Appointments given to persons who are not even in the panel who cleared the test. See, socialism is so beautiful. Appointments were given to persons who are not even in the panel who cleared the test. Wow. Appointments given to persons who submitted blank OMR sheets. You see the beauty of socialism. Appointments given to persons after the expiry of the panel. Okay, that panel does not remain valid after 2016, but even such people got jobs for the 2016 batch. Persons placed lower in rank given appointment in preference to persons placed higher in the pecking order in the merit list. Merit तो भाई tyranny है. हमारे राइट विंग में भी बहुत लोग बोलते हैं, है ना, कि tyranny of merit. मेरिट तो बहुत नया चीज है, ये तो आजकल का एक फसाड है, फेज है. ठीक है, ये कोई आज है कल नहीं है, ऐसा कोई एक जमाना आया है मेरिट का, और जल्दी से नहीं रहेगा, तो मेरिट पे उतना फोकस नहीं करते हैं. तो तृणमूल गॉट द मैसेज लाउड एंड क्लियर, सो दे सेड फक मेरिट एंड let's prefer the guy who was further below in the ranks. Counseling held even after the expiry of the panel. Total beneficiaries of the illegalities yet to be identified because of non-cooperation by the School Service Commission, the board and West Bengal government. School Service Commission had applied for permission to create supernumerary posts to accommodate the illegal appointees. Can you believe this? Recruitment rules governing the 4 categories were never adhered to. And he's a CPIM supporter, so he adds that, and despite all this, the ruling government will try to portray it like this, that CPIM leader and former Kolkata mayor Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya destroyed lives with his persistent role in filing the case, and BJP is using the CBI when the government has done nothing wrong. So he's being fair to BJP even. This moral decay, where such scams will be termed as oversight, mistake, human error, or unintended consequences, which is a favorite phrase for commies, without any accountability, with added efforts to even legitimize them, is what hurts the most. Okay, we have many other stuff to get to. There have been lots of reactions. Okay, this is insane. This is fascinating. Shanghamitra Bandyopadhyay, a very famous voice on Twitter in the Trinamool circles, she has said something fascinating here. She's saying, with the Supreme Court upholding the Calcutta High Court order on School Service Commission recruitments and cancelling all the jobs which are appointed, will the Mamata Banerjee-led All India Trinamool Congress government apologize to all the deserving candidates? So wait for it. Wait for what she says in the end. Okay, will she or will they apologize to all the deserving candidates who could not get a job in spite of qualifying TET? I being one of them. Okay, there is no reason for not apologizing to all the deserving candidates who were denied of their right to getting a job with a womanizer scamster like Partho Chatterjee, who was the education minister back then, and now they are happy to throw him under the bus, who was busy optical marking with Orpita, his girlfriend allegedly, and the head of the government was not aware of that a scam of such a magnitude was happening. Okay, she's pretty pissed off with Trinamool. There are a lot of factors to vote for Mamata Banerjee in spite of the School Service Commission scam. And I did vote, because now we are choosing the lesser evil, not the better option, as all political parties are the same. Let me have a sip of coffee now, while you guys contemplate what the fuck you all just heard. So you see, there are a lot of factors to vote for Mamata Banerjee. Okay, fair enough. Even up until this part of the sentence, we can have a debate. But listen to this sentence, this part of the sentence. In spite of the School Service Commission scam, okay? Just like the socialists who are even today defending state expenditure into everything, okay? It's the same viewpoint. We can go on with this situation in spite of this gigantic scam, which has affected about 25 crore people, indirectly speaking, because of the lives and the other kids who wanted to get into this profession but could not, etc. So think of that, okay? And this is also something I was contemplating, because remember we had that doctor on our podcast right after 2024 Lok Sabha elections, who said that, because I had brought him on because he was the only guy who was saying that BJP won't get more than 10, 12 seats, etc. Okay, so he was saying that, see, Bengalis or people of Bengal, Bengalis, non-Bengalis, a lot of them are so fucking poor, are so insanely poor, that the Lokhir Bhandar actually seems like a lottery for them, and they at best have the biggest ambition to become a Toto driver, and maybe someday their grandson will have two Totos instead of one Toto. Toto means the small auto rickshaw kind of stuff, okay? So for those people, these scams, state SSC scams, does not mean one single thing. They don't give a solitary fuck about anything that happens corruption wise, because they are directly being taken care of by the government, and they are the most populous in number in the entire state. So there might be a concern with that as well, that maybe in the end even this doesn't mean anything politically. So uh, um, so there are a lot of factors to vote for Mamata Banerjee in spite of the School Service Commission scam. I can't believe someone wrote this sentence. And I did vote, because now we are choosing the lesser evil, not the better option, as all political parties are the same. Now, see, commies never understand the futility of erasing hierarchies. We know that. Now we see that they don't even get the fucking difference between a hierarchy and equality. And this person wants to become a teacher. Okay. She's saying, yes, there are grades. There are greater evils, lesser evils, but all political parties are same. So this hierarchy is horizontal and vertical at the same time. This is the beauty of Bengali mathematics. So, not the better option, as all political parties are the same, but there is one mysterious lesser evil. Genius. Then she says, own up, Trinamool Congress, and apologize. You can't say Bekti Chor Dol. She's saying you can't say that the person was a thief, not the entire party, etc., which Trinamool says every now and then. You have the responsibility to nip the chore in the bud. The last sentence actually makes her deserving of becoming an English grammar teacher at best, I think. This is a nice wordplay. This is pretty cool. Okay. Okay, Jyotiraditya Chaudhuri is saying something fascinating, which I have to talk about. He's saying Odisha is doing better than Bengal. Bengalis once upon a time used to call us Bimarus. Not just Bimarus, Odias used to be thought of as thieves. Odia colonies used to be treated as chores colonies. That was, I think, in the 50s or 60s. Now, I have spoken to some leftists, hardcore leftists, okay, in their 50s and 60s. And while discussing BJP stuff, BJP's actions in other states, I have brought up Odisha to them. And what they have told me is that, how many government jobs has BJP been able to give in Odisha? Are people getting jobs? Okay. So, what the fuck is even a debate going to be when we are faced with such premises, such insane presumptions? Odisha is not progressing because there aren't enough government jobs in Odisha being created by BJP. Okay, that's the spot leftists are in. Pranav is saying, what is the reaction of Kolkata people after yesterday's historical Waqf amendment bill? Pranav, most people of Kolkata don't know what's going on in the rest of the country unless it's some crime happening in some BJP-run state. And they have not heard of Waqf board and stuff. Now that it has happened, now that something seemingly bad has happened towards Indian Muslims, now they will jump on their high horses, and get their forwards from their WhatsApp groups, Instagram statuses, etc. And they will find out that, oh my God, there was something called Waqf bill, which was done to which existed to protect Muslims. Oh, now BJP has even fucked with that. Oh my God, how predictable of them, etc. But the people who do follow some politics, they have not had the time to discuss how sad of a life Muslims are going to lead from now on, because Waqf bill has been amendment, only because of the news of these 25,752 people losing their jobs. So wo kind of under the carpet ho gaya hai. I saw one leftist Muslim guy saying that yes, Waqf board has gone. We will discuss that status as well. He said that what has the Waqf board even done for Muslims? But I thank all the other people from all religions who opposed amending this bill. So that's neither here nor there. That was kind of again Dupakki Doshchil argument. Waqf isn't passed. Okay. Now more insanity. This though is fine. Yeah. Then the West Bengal Chief Minister declared that all government schools will have their summer holidays starting from the end of April, which is not something that usually happens. But she said that, you see, the heat is so strong and kids, bacche, unko problem hogi. Bacche nahi hai wo. She should have been reminded, but the bachches will have problem. Therefore, government schools will remain closed from the end of April. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the lack of teachers in government schools at the moment. Okay, then someone asked her in the same press conference that, what do you think of the Waqf bill passing? She said that, I'm paraphrasing here, that remember, there will be other governments in the future who will do other amendments. That was pretty cheeky of her. Now, let me bring to your notice some other insane stuff. Yeah, this was Mysterious Sociologist's message to you people, which again pissed off a lot of people because they are still bothered about market failure and not state failure. Mysterious Sociologist said that the Supreme Court has just upheld this is why education needs to be privatized. The free market will weed out bad teachers and substandard performers. Anytime bureaucrats are involved, there will necessarily be some form of favoritism and corruption. Making education cheap only makes it more corrupt and useless. How many people with a good income even send their kids to government schools and colleges anymore? Government education, just like Indian Railways, is now just a scheme to give away permanent jobs to certain groups of people and those who can afford bribes. SSC, PSC, and all these exams are just ways to get votes through appeasement and corruption. This is a well-oiled system that has been scamming the honest taxpayers for decades now. Now, excuse me, I have not gone through every comment of this post, but there was one I wanted to respond to. I want to show you all my response to, okay? Kirtimukh. He brought up an interesting point to which I do have a legitimate counter, I think. Listen to this. He's saying that I have a friend who works in private sector management college run by Bania trustees. Employment and promotion within that institute and other institutes owned by that trust have heavy favoritism towards Banias, and which is actually pretty famous. And I think it's an open secret. Even Thomas Sowell has written about this, that the only reason that Indians become, and mainly the Agarwals, the Marwaris basically, they succeed no matter where they go, and the host nations then feel a fear for these people and then kick them out, for example, in Africa and stuff, is because they have a brilliant inner circuit, okay, of getting things done, okay. Now, we can call that favoritism, we can call that caste solidarity, we can allege that to be illegal because you're not supposed to keep people away based on someone's caste, right? And I will address that notion also in the reply, but let's see what his point was. He's saying many other private institutes run within Delhi. Some are part of a trust, others are not. All have favoritism towards hiring people of their region or caste, mostly Banias, whether they are capable enough or not. So any system involving humans is always going to be biased and suboptimal. Having said that, does not mean negate any critiques raised by him about present government system, but privatization is not some magic wand that's devoid of favoritism and totally efficient. I will tell you why it is. Edit, this is not against Banias and group Banias. This is not against Banias. Any group will act in the same manner. Exactly. And it's their right. I guess he did this edit after my response. And it's their right to act in this manner because it's their money. Oh, this is also something I responded to. So he has done a good edit. But will it lead to efficient teaching? Probably not. Another point raised, their institution would fail eventually, but that would not happen because they compensate for it with FES, ACs, extracurriculars, etc., which makes institutes less of center for learning, more of entertainment center. This is actually a good point. Kirtimukh, a good point here. I hope you're listening. But you see, At some point, parents will care whether they are whether their children are getting into good colleges and stuff and getting good jobs or not. Or how many parents are going to be forever happy with fests and stuff from the school, guys? I think it can happen in the beginning. Some parents might get their kids into a particular school just because it hosts great fests and brings religious thing, but you can't fool all people forever. Now, my counter here. I said that if they run their own business with their own money and hire only baniyas because it works better, then it's their problem. And if it goes broke because of hiring only baniyas, then also it's their problem because it's their money. Then the key example that people seem to forget. Everyone who accuses baniyas of hiring only their people forget this point because they don't even know or have ever thought about this point, that how does Tollywood have only Brahmins, Boitos or Kaistos, guys? Is that caste preference or competence? Private companies are not charities. The government must not use our money to run fraud institutions. That's all. Corruptions नहीं होगा कैपिटलिज्म में या प्राइवेट कंपनीज में, ऐसा कोई पागल चुतिया फ्री मार्केट लिबर्टेरियन पंथी नहीं बोलता है. We are saying that corruption is not going to happen with our taxpayer money and they are going to go to jail for it. If they don't go to jail for it, that's also a state failure, not capitalism's failure. Now, this point is even more important. Why are there only 99.99% Brahmins, Boitos or Kaistos in Tollywood, guys? Explain to me, how is this different from baniyas hiring or working only with baniyas? Can anyone explain? Can anyone steelman the argument here? How is this different? Is it a coincidence? Do they feel a certain camaraderie because of consumption patterns? Same way as baniyas do with their baniya homies. Okay? So the next time you bring up the idea of, Marwadis hire only Marwadis, remember that Brahmins, Boitos, Kaistos only work with Brahmins, Boitos, Kaistos in every field in West Bengal. In every field. Every profession. At the top, there's either a Brahmin or a Boito or a Kaisto, if it's a Bengali. Let's check some other important inputs. Oh, this was hilarious. Someone said that, are you expressing your political agenda? Stop fooling your viewers. I guess he subscribed because of my non-political videos recently. Yeah, this was... someone was asking that what do people of Kolkata think? This was Ashfakullah Naiya, who was a prominent figure in the junior doctors movement, okay, during the Arjikot incident. He wrote this post. This is a rough translation from Perplexity AI. He originally said it in Bengali. So he was saying that the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024 has been passed in the Lok Sabha. Responding to many questions, I admit that I am concerned, thoughtful and fearful about this issue. However, I do not protest against it. Even after 78 years of independence, Muslims have not crossed 5% representation in higher education. Was the Waqf board asleep all these years? Fair enough. In West Bengal, where 9% of Waqf properties exist, visiting those areas reveals who has been using them all this time. Direct government intervention in religious places may or may not harm religion, but certainly damages the integrity of those who exploit religion under its guise. Brilliant critique. He disappoints in the end, though. For 78 years, what was the use of Waqf properties? Even today, listen to this point. Descendants of nobility are rickshaw pullers consuming gutkha while Waqf officials enjoy biryani in air-conditioned rooms or prepare for next year's iftar parties. In a democracy, bills pass when the majority of MPs vote in favor. However, let us not forget that 232 MPs from all religions opposed the Waqf Amendment Bill. As a Muslim, I express gratitude to them. Now, this is where, again, the Bengali mathematics comes up, okay? All parties are same, but there is a hierarchy where we found out the lesser evil versus the better evil, or the more evil, okay? Waqf board is useless. What did they do for poor Muslims? But I thank people for opposing a bill which would have fucked this organization to the ground, okay? Genius dissonance in their brains. Efforts to nationalize Waqf boards should focus on education, healthcare, security, employment, transportation, and media. The youth feel isolated and unsupported. No, you mean the Muslim youth feel isolated and unsupported, because why would the general youth need a Waqf board to excel at education, healthcare, security, employment, transportation, and media, bro. What in the fuck? So you specifically want Muslim-specific laws, right? No wonder. No wonder you express gratitude to those 232 people. Okay. Then this did not age very nicely. He said, let us see what verdict emerges in the employment case. May deserving candidates retain their jobs, which did not happen. Now, here is a sort of a non-left, right-leaning young guy, young journalist. He wrote, this is also a translation. He wrote that 26,000 jobs are gone, approximately. I'm afraid even to now call my friends. I don't know how many more suicide reports will come after this. If Mamata Banerjee wins again, I'll say whatever she did was right. The state should be drained. Now he's also venting. He's ranting here. The state should be drained dry. Hang a carrot of harmony in front of these donkeys and have 4 massive scams and have 4 more massive scams, which is what basically that woman said, that yes, there are enough reasons to vote for Trinamool even after the school service commission scam. Instead of giving them jobs, it's better to make them 10,000 rupee beggars and make them work in Salt Lake IT institutions. That's right. This was an insane rant. Yeah, this is it. Now I will look at the audience questions and bring up one piece of three interesting questions that are legitimate counters, I think, to BJP here, or BJP or the judiciary. So मुझे live real time में translate करना पड़ेगा. So Shubhan Dasgupta has posted this on Facebook, kind of a Trinamool supporter, I guess. He says আজকের রায় ও কিছু প্রশ্ন. First I'll say it in Bengali, then in English. রায়ে বলা হয়েছে অযোগ্য চাকরি প্রার্থীদের 12% হারে সুদ সমেত নিজেদের এতদিনের প্রাপ্ত বেতন ফেরত দিতে হবে। বেশ, কিন্তু এখানেই প্রশ্ন হলো, যোগ্য ও অযোগ্য আলাদা করা গেল না দেখেই তো পুরো প্যানেলটা বাতিল করা হলো। তাহলে এই 12% হারে সুদ সমেত নিজেদের এতদিনের প্রাপ্ত বেতন ফেরত দেবে কারা, সেটা নির্ধারণ হবে কি করে? Okay, first let me translate this. So he's saying that, well, people have been asked, the non-deserving scoundrels have been asked to give back their salaries with 12% interest, but the entire panel was basically cancelled out because people, or the judiciary or the state here, could not distinguish between the deserving and non-deserving, right? So who is exactly going to pay back these salaries and who isn't, because the distinction could not be made. But as far as I know, that there was some ambiguity, but there were some people who were absolutely deserving, 100% sure, but some people could not be made sure of whether they were deserving or non-deserving. So some people who are deserving in that non-deserving candidates group, but are just their I guess their results and exams were a little ambiguous, or their marks were ambiguous, and it could not be proven beyond a shadow of doubt they are in fact deserving. But if they are in fact deserving, but the state doesn't know it, even those people will have to pay these 7-8 years worth of salaries with 12% interest. Can you fucking imagine what's going on in the minds of those people? That fucking crack through which those people fell, that small group of people inside this gigantic group of 26,000 people. But anyway, the first point I don't think is that valid. Of course, it's very cruel and absolutely insane, but at some point people have to pay for things. How guys, think of this. A guy who is a deserving candidate, who is surely deserving, has already lost his job and will now have to sit for exams again, prepare for the exams like he did when he was 23, 24. But on the other hand, there are also deserving candidates who just the state could not be sure were in fact deserving candidates, will have to pay their salaries back to the state with 12% interest when they already have probably countless loans and EMIs. What is going to happen to the state? What is going to happen to these people? Who's going to give them any loans? There are going to be suicides. There are going to be, I guess, criminalities. People are going to take up jobs in Swiggy, Zomato maybe, or become tuition teachers. How many tuition teachers can a state really sustain? Okay, but what the fuck are so many people going to do? সেকেন্ড কোয়েশ্চেন ইজ 12% হারে সুদ সমেত নিজেদের এতদিনের প্রাপ্ত বেতন ফেরত দেবে কারা, সেটা যদি নির্ধারণ করা সম্ভব হয়ে থাকে, অতএব yeah, this is kind of the retort to his first point, that if at all it is clear who are the people who will have to give the 12% interest salaries, then why were everyone's jobs taken away? So I guess this guy did not really find out that there was a group of ambiguity and there was a group of surety here. Now his third question is actually very important. He is saying যারা ঘুষ নিয়েছিলেন এবং যারা ঘুষ দিয়েছিলেন উভয় সমপরিমাণে দোষী, অতএব তাদের কি শাস্তি হবে? ওকে, he's saying the people who gave those bribes for those jobs and the people who took those bribes for those jobs, what will happen to them? Will they get any punishment? And here I can say with 99% surety that's not going to happen. No one is going to go to jail, at least not all of them who took bribes to get people government jobs. And even then people will say central government, state government, both are to be blamed. All parties are same, but there is a lesser evil, which is the government who did the scam. And capitalism can't be trusted even now. Socialism might be still be safer. Now let's check some audience comments. Netizen is saying mass movement possible. Possible. It's going to happen, I think. Great Revenue is saying socialism and cultural Marxism constitute the soul of educated Bengalis. They can never come out of it. So no hope for Bengal. Karnataka court has banned Ola, Uber, two-wheeler just to appease. Oh. I think this harms Bengalis the most. They left Bengal for these situations, but they missed Bengal. Now Karnataka government is saying that, okay, Bengalis, you missed your state. How about we turn Karnataka into West Bengal? And so that you don't miss your state too much. Buddhadev is saying, actually, preparation for exams should not be held as a point of an issue. In private jobs, we are almost ready for interviews or exams. Well, that's the difference between a government job aspirant and a private job aspirant, Buddhadev. I have heard lots of people say that, how can we now prepare for those exams again? Avinav is saying only one girl's job was spared on humanitarian ground, who is a cancer patient. Was she? Oh, Avinav, I addressed this in the beginning, okay? In the very beginning, I got into this. Dal par Samanti baitha hai. Dada, did you see Cedar at PBD? I think he went long time back, no? Are you talking about the one that happened long time back or the recent one? How many of you are keeping an eye on Hyderabad University protests against IMC? I don't know. The Bengalis who got domicile of Karnataka, Bangalore must have voted for Congress only. So you see, it's a win-win situation. They don't have to miss Bengal and they can live in Karnataka. Run from it, dread from it. Eventually, you come back to Bengal or Bengal comes back to you. So now let us get to the reactions of some of those people who lost their jobs and what Mamata Banerjee said and what Shubhendu said. All of that is pretty fascinating. And Shubhendu and Mamata's press conference was kind of hilarious. Let's see what's up. Mamata Banerjee said some pretty interesting, insane stuff, okay? Okay. First, let's get to the most popular spokesperson of Trinamool Congress, who fought the elections against the BJP MP, former High Court Judge Abhijit Ganguly. He said,
আর সুপ্রিম কোর্টের রায় প্রায় 26,000 চাকরি বাতিল। আর এই রায়ের প্রেক্ষিতে এবার সোশ্যাল মিডিয়ায় পোস্ট করলেন দেবাংশু ভট্টাচার্য। পেয়াদার তারা খেয়ে একটা গ্রামে কয়েকটা বদমাইশ ঢুকে পড়েছিল গা ঢাকা দিতে। অত লোকের মাঝে ওদের খুঁজি কিভাবে? আর খুঁজেই যদি না পাই তবে গর্দান নেব কিভাবে? শেষমেশ সিদ্ধান্ত হলো গোটা গ্রামে আগুন লাগানো হোক, ভিতরে লুকিয়ে থাকা।
Okay, so Devanshu Bhattacharya, okay? Caste solidarity is usually done by Banyas, but Devanshu Bhattacharya, under Mamata Bandyopadhyay's regime, young guy, he is saying, he has written this fascinating fictional story, not hinting at anything, I guess. He has said that Some guys were running after some goons in a village. They could not find the goons, so they burned down the entire village. Oh my God, how can this happen? Where are the reactions?
কলকাতা হাইকোর্ট যে রায় দিয়েছিল, মহামান্য প্রধান বিচারপতির বেঞ্চ জানিয়ে দিয়েছে সেই রায়ে ইন্টারফেয়ার করার কোনো কারণ দেখতে পাচ্ছেন না। এবং শুধু তাই না, বলেছেন যে যাদের ওই বেতন ফেরত দেওয়ার কথা তাদের বেতন ফেরত দিতে হবে। 3 মাসের মধ্যে নতুন সিলেকশন প্রসেস সেটা ইনিশিয়েট করবে। ফলে এই এই বলা যেতে পারে কলকাতা হাইকোর্ট যে রায় দিয়েছে তারা পার্টিসিপেট।
চাকরি বাতিল হয়ে গেল 14 জন শিক্ষকের। চাকরি হারিয়ে চোখে জল ওই স্কুলেরই শিক্ষিকা ইপসিতা হাজরার। এত শিক্ষকের
Yeah, I remembered. Some schools have already are pretty much on the verge of closing down because like 15, 20, 30 teachers from some schools have lost their jobs today. Those schools which were already understaffed, because capitalism sucks, so government schools were, understaffed even after paying and maintaining it with taxpayer money. Now those schools are further losing 15, 20, 30 teachers from tomorrow onwards.
চাকরি চলে যাওয়ায় মাথায় হাত পড়েছে স্কুল কর্তৃপক্ষের। যারা কোনো দোষ করেনি, যাদের কোনো জায়গায় নাম নেই, আজ হঠাৎ করে তাদের চাকরি চলে যেতে পারে, এটাতে আমরা খুবই মর্মাহত। আমরা তো যোগ্য, তাহলে আমাদের চাকরি কেন যাবে? প্রশ্ন শিক্ষিকার।
চাকরি গেল সেটাই অবাক করা ব্যাপার, কারণ আজকে 5.5 বছর অব্দি আমরা ভাবতে পারিনি যারা দোষ করেনি, যাদের কোথাও নাম নেই, কোনো লিস্টে নাম নেই, তাদের চাকরিটা হঠাৎ করে চলে যেতে পারে। আমাদের
Oh, interesting. She's saying that even at up until 10:30 in the morning today, we could not have dreamed that our jobs were going to go away, because she thought that Supreme Court will bow down to Christian morality and have some sympathy for the deserving candidates who are approximately, I guess, 6,000 to 7,000, and therefore make all 6,000 people go on drawing public tax money as salary and teach horseshit to young kids.
নাম কোনোদিন কোনো লিস্টে আসেনি। কেউ বলতে পারবে না আমরা টাকা দিয়েছি, ঘুষ দিয়েছি। কোন রকম সিবিআই লিস্টের বাস কমিটি রিপোর্ট গ্রুপ সিডির জন্য।
She's saying that she has not done any such thing. She's obviously one of the deserving ones. But Mamata Banerjee said something fascinating. She said that Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya, the former mayor who fought those cases and is in CPM, she's going to recommend his name to the Nobel Committee for being such a significant lawyer and for screwing so many people's lives. Nice sarcasm stuff.
জুডিশিয়ারির প্রতি উই হ্যাভ দ্য হাইয়েস্ট রিগার্ড। আমি কিন্তু জাজকে রেসপেক্ট করে বলছি, আমি জাজমেন্টটা মেনে নিতে পারছি।
I respect the judges, but I don't respect the judgment. I'm not accepting the judgment.
Such the appointments of these candidates are cancelled. However, এখানে লাইনটা হচ্ছে however, candidates who are already employed need not to be asked to refund or restitute any payments made. তাদের কোনো পেমেন্ট করতে হবে না। কনক্লুশনের লাস্ট প্যারাগ্রাফ 49, the disabled candidates mentioned in the previous paragraph will be allowed, মানে যাতে ক্যান্সেল করা হয়েছে, to participate in the press selection process, মানে তাদের অ্যালাউ করা যাবে যাদেরটা বাতিল করা হয়েছে as per court judgment, if required, যদি প্রয়োজন হয়, with age relaxation and other concession. আর মনে রাখবেন, স্কুল সার্ভিস কমিশন ইজ অটোনমাস বডি, উই নেভার ইন্টারফেয়ার আর উই ডোন্ট ইন্টারফেয়ার। এবং অলরেডি এডুকেশন মিনিস্টারকে বলেছি যে স্কুল সার্ভিস কমিশন যেটা অটোনমাস অর্গানাইজেশন, তাদের আমাদের ফিলিংসটা জানাতে, হোয়াট দে উইল ডু ইট ইজ দেয়ার ডিসিশন, বাট আমাদের ফিলিংসটা জানাতে যে 3 মাস যখন কোর্ট টাইম দিয়েছে, 3 মাসের মধ্যেই।
One of the fascinating things that the chief minister said today was that why didn't you give time for even self-defense to these people who were deserving candidates? Okay, and of course they had all these years to do self-defense, at least the government, if they wanted to save them.
প্রসেস করে কোর্টের ভার্ডিক্ট মেনেই যে 25,000কে বাতিল করা হয়েছে, তাদের এবং সেই সময় যারা অ্যাপ্লাই করেছিল, এটা 2016 কেস সম্ভবত। সেটা এসএসসিটা ভালো বুঝবে, ইটস অটোনমাস অর্গানাইজেশন, তাদের মতো করে করবে। আজকে আমি এসছি প্রেস করতে, আমরা পুরো যৌথ পরিবার হিসেবে সবাই মিলে মানবিকভাবে তাদের পাশে দাঁড়াতে এসছি।
Oh, she's saying that we, on humanitarian grounds, we are coming together today as a family to stand by them.
এই 26,000 চাকরি যে বাতিল হয়ে গেল, সেক্ষেত্রে মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় একেবারে বিজেপি
Holy shit, YouTube is actually translating this. Nice, nice. Let's see what other stuff she said. I'm looking for the clips of today's panel debate that they had. Torunjyoti Tiwari was doing some nice stuff. I guess this is it, right?
1 এপ্রিলে এসএসসির পুরো প্যানেল বাতিল করেছিল কলকাতা হাইকোর্ট, আর 1 এপ্রিলে সেই রায় বহাল রাখলো দেশের সর্বোচ্চ আদালত।
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be translating this in real time. Let's see if this can work. Holy shit, it's going to be weird to look at, because that's how we'll be most informed on this. On 1st April, the Calcutta High Court quashed the entire SSC panel, School Service Commission panel. The country's highest court upheld that verdict. We know this.
বাতিল করেছিল প্রাতিষ্ঠানিক দুর্নীতির খেসারত দিতে হলো
Institutional corruption.
প্রাপকদের। এই পুরো নিয়োগ প্রক্রিয়া কলঙ্কিত এবং জালিয়াতি করা শুধু নয়।
Oh, you all can see the subtitles, right? Do I need to translate this? Attempt to cover up the fraud, Chief Justice of the country commented. Yeah. That's also important. The Chief Justice actually commented that there has been insane amounts of fraud and stuff. And there has been insane amounts of attempts to cover up the fraud. However, when the Chief Minister of the state is seeing the leftist or BJP behind it, the leader of the state's opposition party has demanded the arrest of the Chief Minister. The biggest question among these politically imposed answers is this widespread corruption. How can the government deny its responsibility for the loss of so many jobs due to this corruption? Undoubtedly, the biggest question will be put before you again and again in this discussion. Now, let's get to the debate. We know the basics now. Check out what some of the judges said. Yeah. She said, the Chief Minister said that I don't agree with this decision, this judgment, and the BJP and CPIM has made sure that this happens. Okay, they have made this situation arise. Yeah, Shubhendu has said that वो डिजर्विंग को नॉन डिजर्विंग को बचाने के चक्कर में डिजर्विंग को बलि दे दिया. Abhijit Ganguly, the justice who is now in BJP. From Abhijit Ganguly to Bikashan Bhattacharya is simultaneously targeting the opposition in Mamta's work over the cancellation of jobs. The left, BJP, is simultaneously targeting the opposition. The state chief minister will listen to them. Oh yeah, she has said that I will be at the Netaji Indoor Stadium on the 7th. A message to the people, to those who lost their jobs. We will have a job seekers program. Nice. Giving a message of being by their side. CBI investigation into supernumerary upheld those jobs, okay, which were created artificially just to accommodate the people who got those jobs illegally. Verdict given by the bench will be probably clear up the whole matter on the 8th. Oh, this is the supernumerary judgment. That's going to be an absolute chaotic event again. Oh yeah, so Sanjeev Khanna has said बहुत corruption हुआ है. And according to us, the entire selection process has been distorted. We are altering the High Court decision a little. But the trust in the selection process has been destroyed because of this situation. These things have been said by the Supreme Court. Most unfortunate thing is that the entire selection process is tarnished and beyond its solution, says the Chief Justice. He also says that fraud has taken place on a large scale in an attempt to cover up the entire recruitment process has been irreparably corrupted. Now let's see what the people were saying. So bites from some of those people. They are hanging about on the streets for more protests and protests and protests. Yeah, listen to this. Listen to this, guys. I am in a state of great uncertainty. I'm very worried. Is it because I have an old? It is because I have an old mother. She's a heart patient. If we do not give her vital medicine, what will happen to her? We do not know. My father is old. I have a daughter. My little daughter has just started going to school. She's 2.5 years old. What will I do about her future? I am the only one in our family. I am the only earning member in the family. What will happen to them? Oh yeah, so he's saying we taught in the schools till yesterday, and we taught well. We went home yesterday and saw that such a trial is happening, and today we do not have that job. Okay, now the news guy is speaking, and we'll listen to the common people again. Why did the Honorable Chief Minister ask you to meet? We do not know exactly. Our leaders are there. They will discuss the whole matter and take whatever decision they take. But for now, that is not a matter for us. Where our CBI had specified who is tainted and who is not tainted, how did this decision come about even after submitting it? So they are pissed off with CBI and therefore BJP that why couldn't they do more in distinguishing between the deserving candidates and the non-deserving candidates. That's how some of them are still going to go on saying that there was blame on both sides. Let me take some audience comments now, and then we'll end this live stream quickly, and we'll come back at midnight with other topics. Those who have studied hard and are honest have no place in government jobs in West Bengal. Buddhadev is saying, I was in Microsoft till about a year ago. People lost their jobs who actually got less than expected outcome. It is not commensurate to this. Starred. Oh, Buddhadev is saying, why are these teachers, deserving ones, not absorbed by private schools in different parts of the state? They will get a good talent pool, earn PR, and also probably hire cheap. Buddhadev. Yeah, well, if what I was about to say is that if they wanted a private job, they would have gone for a private job. They would not have sat for Kotin Porikha after Kotin Porikha after Kotin Porikha all their lives to go teach in schools with horrible infrastructure where they won't send their own kids in. So, but if push came to shove, they would probably get such a job, right? And now push has come to shove. So maybe they will. I think they will take up jobs in private schools. I wonder if they can keep up with that regime, that lifestyle. Especially in schools like MC Kejriwal Vidya Peeth or Vidyalaya Bhai. People who have taught in those kinds of schools know. Bangla medium kotai ba private school ache? Yeah, not much. Are they qualified for just Bengali medium? Oh, then yeah, they're fucked. Then go back to tuitions. And then teach people how there was blame on both sides. Teach kids. Tutun Chatterjee, who is a retired Indian Navy officer, by the way, say hi to her. She's saying, my teacher relative tells me that those who give bribe to get government job need the job to sustain themselves and their families. This is the sick mindset of Bengalis. Shrink is pointing out something valid. Barbari Kasmiti is saying, what's the probability that the parents sue the state for fucking over their children's RT? Good point. Are the parents who send their kids to government schools rich enough to hire lawyers, or do they have the brains to think of this? How was he affording things so far? Protest ही होता है क्या आज तक कुछ हुआ है इस protest का? No, netizen, the way to do effective protests in India is to repeatedly break stuff. If you don't do that, then no. Oh, they were getting salary, I forgot. Yeah. BJP is really doubtful of itself. They seem to be in a constant drive for national and international validation. Let's check some more comments. Won't the bribe takers be punished? we don't even, as of now, know who are the bribe takers. That's the fun part. That is why they did not want anybody to find out who are the deserving ones versus who are the non-deserving ones, because the non-deserving ones would go around pointing out to people that, yes, see, these guys took bribes from me to give me a job. मैं undeserving हूं तो ठीक है, अब इसको लेके डूबता हूं, तो वो नहीं होगा. They closed down many Hindu schools by passing RT amendments. Yes. Abhinav is saying, tonight, for the first time, I saw that Eden Gardens couldn't sell out for an IPL match. The galleries were unlit. Oh my God. Holy shit. किसके बीच में मैच था? How can this happen? इतना गरीब. पैसा क्या है? हाथ की मैल है. IPL का लाइट क्या है? Yeah, তোর যোগ্যতা নেই চাকরি পাসনি. Gorgo Bhattacharya is saying, 2 of my extended family members lost their job today, but their parents are ardent TMC supporters and they are so sure that the Supreme Court won't do anything. But I just know they'll vote TMC. Yes, of course. Wait, who is this? Zibindu is saying, why I'm not able to join the channel? You mean take the membership? I don't know, maybe refresh and stuff. Someone used to complain a long time back that they were not being able to join the channel. Maybe some glitch on YouTube. Rutvik is saying, if this was an involuntary Doge action for the state of Bengal, would you accept it? Yes, 100%. This was kind of an involuntary Doge. If this was an involuntary Doge, yeah, this was kind of involuntary Doge action for the people affected. Yes. So now let's elaborate this, because it's a very serious question, and I had thought of this even before starting the live stream. So let's clarify this properly. This situation, about 26,000 people have lost their jobs, and therefore, is government expenditure going to go down? Ideally, in a situation where Doge happens, and out of the blue, randomly, some teachers are fired. Sounds insanely cruel and stuff, but these things does not need to happen that way, especially for schools and stuff, where bacche are involved. So you could phase those things out, do a hybrid for a few years and stuff, because if one fine morning randomly so many teachers are fired and so many government schools close down, the private schools are going to charge even more exorbitant amounts, just because they have so many desperate parents to seek money from. So in an ideal situation, Doge would not be really done this way. I think no libertarian would do it this way, because it does not lead to any positive outcomes. But here in this situation, it's not even really Doge. West Bengal government is not going to become richer by firing these 26,000 people, or the Supreme Court firing these people, because the government is going on now spending so much money on lawyers defending themselves, or now defending the bribe takers, okay, or they are going to hold their cabinet discussions and create fake jobs to hire them. Okay, so it's hardly any gain for fiscal conservatism. I think the protesters are in a caste and of itself in Bengal. For building our Jyotiraditya is saying, human resources need to be productive and physically better. India can never develop if education is so retarded in many states. Yes, and education is insanely retarded in many states. It's not going to remain retarded that long because of internet, because of capitalism. Can you believe people in Bengal and Kolkata are debating today that who is behind this joblessness for 26k people? Yeah, a lot of them are sure that there was blame on both sides. A narrative is being woven by the left that this is an inhuman act by the court, and Pishi is going to go with the same argument. I guess the fish fry does. Yes, Gorgo, that argument is going to happen, and a lot of blame on CBI, and therefore BJP is going to come that why couldn't you distinguish between the deserving and the non-deserving candidates? Why Bengal fell so hard? तो बहुत बड़ा प्रश्न है. I mean, we saw political shenanigans in all high-earning states. So what's so special? Well, the cultural narrative educated elites of Bengal, the Brahmins, Buddhas, Kaistos, decided one fine morning that, okay, we have tried other ideologies, now communism is best, and communism is cancer. That's why. And the thing is, they will successfully even convince people that BJP was behind this. That's the extent of BJP's communication in Bengal. Yes, a lot of people are going to vote for Trinamool or maybe CPM because of this. But definitely a lot of people are going to vote for Trinamool even after this. One fine morning, yes. এটাই হলো এগিয়ে বাংলা, অভিষেক ভট্ট is saying. Yeah. A.K. Brahmo is saying, I don't know, the wackiness in me is saying libertarianism might commence in Bengal because people didn't understand communism, still voted for them, so why not libertarianism? Yes, libertarianism समझाने का कुछ नहीं है. Who the fuck ever understood any ideology? उतना education system थोड़ी अच्छा है हमारा. Just नौकरी PSU वगैरह बंद करेंगे, सब कुछ SEZ कर देंगे, which is going to happen anyway, and people will start saying, yeah, business is nice, and someone will have to say, Gandu, this is called libertarianism, and then they will say, oh, jai libertarianism. BJP should focus more on this issue and rather continue the hardline Hindutva, because 24 has showed corruption doesn't have much traction, especially in rural areas. Shouldn't focus. I agree with Dibendu here. Yes. Wait. I will need to take a break now because a guest has come and my dog is going to go berserk. So give me 2 minutes. Hi guys. Kaladin is saying best libertarian political slogan for Dehati audience is Gulami se azadi sirf hum de sakte hain, hum de sakte hain, hum de sakte hain. The only upliftment for Bengalis is to leave Bengal. Absolutely. Abhinav is saying people understand the free market and libertarianism when the backs are to the walls and there aren't many options left. Yes, Abhinav, yes. Remember the paper we discussed, that how Bengal is ready for privatization and industrialization? Every fucker in Shingur today who opposed the factory back then in 2006 to 11 are today saying that, yes, factories seem to be a nice thing, bro. Why not work in them? तब वो गांव का भोलापन है. Real India lives in the bhola low IQ masses, no? So you see, they decided that we don't really need factories, and now they think no, factories would have been good. Rutvik is saying communism in India was never about ideology; it was about a vibe, a feudal vibe. Yes, Rutvik, we have to give them a taste of libertarian vibe. Anit is saying if Chandrachud was there, this order would not have come. Interestingly, BJP is doing better in urban areas than rural areas. No, rural areas where Hindus are majority, that's where BJP is screwing up. And then the elections are a joke anyway. Remember that. But in Muslim-dominated areas, that's where BJP rules the roost. Wait, where was Gorgo's previous comment? Gorgo. Where's Gorgo's previous comment? Yeah. Government will receive money from the bribe givers as compensation, so it's a win-win for CM. After 3 months, the unidentified ones will get the job again and say, thank God we had the chief minister. Yes. 26k people plus BJP cadre protest anytime soon. Good question. Why not? Why am I having to hesitate? Why isn't this the most goddamn fucking obvious plan of action tomorrow onwards up until 2026? The answer can only be that Bengalis are stupid, but let's look for a more politically correct answer. I guess because some of them believe that there was blame on both sides. Remember that? 26k unify ही नहीं होगा भाई. अरे यूनिफाई होने का बाकी क्या है? नौकरी कर रहा था, उनके पास तो अलग थोड़ा नौकरी वकरी भी था. Some people were pointing out in our comment section last day that people who are waiting for these government jobs for 7 years, 8 years, protesting and stuff, have their own jobs anyway. On top of that, they want the government jobs because capitalism, Western style capitalism is bad, guys. We need government to do things. सरकार को कुछ करना चाहिए. So at least let's say those people who don't have jobs and have EMIs and stuff, maybe go into a protest once in a while and look for a job in the private sector at the same time. Okay, Verbal Indian is the guy who used casteist slurs a few days back on our the Dalit scholar Dr. Malay Patla, who came on our podcast, and who has written a book on Veer Savarkar's connection with Bengal and Bengalis. Okay, this is the guy. This Verbal Indian YouTube channel. I don't think it's a channel. It's might be a YouTube handle, but this guy, I guarantee you, I fucking guarantee you, this guy is either Brahman or Boito or Kaisto. And this guy is progressive, rational, and leftist and stuff. And he uses casteist slurs against a Dalit scholar who writes on Veer Savarkar. Okay. So anyway, even assholes can come up with good arguments. Let's see if he has one. He's saying BJP supported TMC at the time of Shingur. Yes. And we hate BJP for it. What's your point? Do you think this is a BJP-run channel? Half-Blood Prince is saying, are Bengalis more attracted towards Mamata Banerjee as a leader, or it's the communist ideology? Oh, wait. Are Bengalis more attracted towards Mamata Banerjee as a leader, or it's the communist ideology alone, or it's both? Because same thing happens here with Sharad Pawar. People see him as a great leader. Half-Blood Prince, they see Mamata as the sole leader who can get them communisty things. How is corruption prevented in private? Because of competence. No, competence is servopari. The shareholders will fuck your ass if you do corruption and fuck up the company in return. Verbal Indian, unfortunately I'm not rich enough to sue you, but if I had the lawyers, I could sue you and you would spend your entire life in jail for saying this. Okay, Gandu. Bengalis are attracted towards Abhishek. I wrote a comment in the morning on Rudunil's podcast video you showed. West Bengal BJP has come out of the poverty of aspirations which it's suffering from if they want to overthrow. Yeah. Bengalis has a keen interest in autocracy. This is very important. Guys, the non-Bengalis here. What Gorgo is saying here is extremely important. Rajya Sabha TV te bawal hocche. Okay, Akash, thank you for pointing out. We are going to check it out. It's extremely important to acknowledge this. Bengalis simply are laid back and chilled these days. No, so they like an authoritarian ruler who will get things done. Okay, and for those reasons, they like Jyoti Basu. They didn't like Buddhadeva Bhattacharya. They like Mamata Banerjee, and they won't like someone who is not Mamata Banerjee or not Mamata Banerjee like. Mamata Banerjee-ish in display of strength and power, which is why when Shubhendu becomes CM, he probably will have a free hand, and if they don't use the free hand, they are going to get fucked. Today is the black day and collapse of the state educational system. Yes, it is, because how are those schools going to run? Whatever they were running to begin with, they were going to teach horseshit anyway, but now they are not even going to go to schools where there's always sort of a calling to become Trinamool's gundas. Okay, now their schools doesn't even have teachers anymore. It's an absolute historical disaster. Therefore, I don't think any bright mind will think to go to a state-sponsored school as a teacher. Good, I guess that's one positive outcome. Bongerin is saying, if College Street Kolkata is a BJP run channel, then I am Sitaram Goel. Sitaram ji, आइए, हम BJP run channel है और आप Sitaram Goel ही है. Okay, now our casteist commie is saying, during the CPIM era, jobs were not lost like this. Now, how do you solve commie problems? With commie solutions. Don't create jobs so that you don't lose jobs. Genius, guys. Hence, we have Karl Marx in the thumbnail. Here to Learn is saying, like a private company can fake exams and select favorite candidates. That, yes, Here to Learn, but that would lead their company to have bad employees who fuck their company. How can they run that company? Why would they run that company? Okay, maybe some corruption by some people in the company for a while, but when it starts affecting the company's performance, that's when things go berserk and they get fired, right? But in the government, it won't happen, because the government is run by third-party non-stakeholders. Okay, third-party non-stakeholders don't need to fire anyone. They don't need to perform. They are not accountable to anything. When was the last time performance quality has been discussed from anything government? Right? Hence, private company can't tolerate corruption at all, if at all, just for some time. Yes, Vikyat. How to make chemotherapy cheaper? Don't have cancer. Yeah. Then remember what Cuba did. Cuba or Venezuela. They solved. They ended their starvation and people dying from hunger and stuff. Okay. Do you know how they ended hunger data from their country? People stopped officially dying from hunger in Cuba or Venezuela. They mandated to the doctors that you are not allowed to diagnose someone dying of hunger that they died of hunger. But you see, Western style capitalism is bad. Remember. Okay. Casteist Commie is saying School Service Commission was started by CPM. Interesting trivia. I guess we are supposed to give a fuck about it. Havla Prince is saying, Dada, we need Savarkar now. It has been 3 days. We are having withdrawal symptoms now. I am too. Yes. Jyotiraditya is saying, why have few rich when all can collectively live in poverty? Yes. Kahe? हम equally भिखारी बनेंगे, कोई गरीब कोई भिखारी ऐसा क्यों रहेगा? Or if you go by the hierarchy standards of that teacher, okay, all parties are equally bad, but there is a lesser evil. Let's see what's happening in Rajya Sabha TV. Since we are BJP run channel, so let's see if BJP pays us for watching Rajya Sabha TV. Orgies should be made legal. Aren't they legal? What the fuck? Orgies aren't legal? সিপিএম সাপোর্টারটা নিজেদের মাথা পদে গুজে আছে আরে ভাই এই পদে গুজা সে याद आया yesterday in the Bengali live stream someone was or I think Rudonil Ghosh was saying to the podcast host that you see these days all the great poets of Bengal who are still alive, they don't write that much, or at least write that much against the government and stuff, or they don't write anything significant relating to society and stuff the way they used to 10 years back, 15 years back. And I was saying, I said this in Bengali in that stream, I'll have to repeat it for our non-Bengali audiences, that you see, the reason that those brave poets and singers and stuff who criticized CPM for legitimate reasons from those days and are today not writing any of that stuff, because you can say this one sentence that West Bengal is fucked beyond recognition only so many times. If you write about the state and politics, what are you going to write about? How many times are you going to go on writing the same thing? How many iterations of the sentence West Bengal is fucked beyond recognition can there exist? Okay, fucked beyond recognition, the state called West Bengal. West Bengal is fucked beyond recognition. Okay, then recognition beyond fucked West Bengal. What kind of poem is going to be that, really? Verbal Indian is saying, Casteist Slur is saying, Casteist Commie is saying, just because you don't know it doesn't mean it's not true. Do a Google search, SSC started by CPM. I am asking, why the fuck should we give a fuck? And by the way, you see, he did not counter me in when I was saying that I guarantee you he's a Brahmin or a Buddha or Kaisto. Oh, old boy is here. Yes, our non-left kind of rapper, one of the best rappers in Kolkata, guys. Welcome him to our live chat here. Let's see what else is here. Okay, they are having a discussion. Let's see what's happening in Rajya Sabha TV. Rajya Sabha TV, yes. Avinav, actually, it could be argued that he is the best, because the two other rappers I like, one is Pill Freak. He is pretty good, but the other guy I like, of course, he is the most leftist of them all, and his flow is really great, and his groove selection, beat selections are great, but you can't really understand the lyrics of that leftist rapper I'm talking about. That's why we could pretty well argue that Old Boy in the Town is actually the best rapper in Kolkata. Gorgo. Buddha is saying he has no idea how companies work. Who? Let's see what's happening here. Arey, ye kya hai? Oh, he sprained his wrist. I thought that's some cool post-apocalyptic survival gear. Check this.
I was hearing the translation, sir, and he was telling about good intention Muslims and evil intention Muslims. Evil is an unparliamentary word, sir. Kindly explain it.
While the honorable member parliament
Half-blood prince, bro, socialism. This is public property. We pay taxes for this stuff happening. Therefore, I can't get a copyright on this.
on this point. Nani,
Boishalidhi is saying, are these government jobs that we are lamenting? What kind of jobs were these? That is the reality of market capitalism. People lose jobs. Why this extra sympathy for government jobs? We might have radicalized Boishalidhi too much towards libertarianism. Holy shit. She has lost her socialistic humanity. Why extra sympathy for them? It's not, at least from my side, it's not so much sympathy for the candidates. It's of course sad, insane stories that we are now hyper focused on because of the news cycle, but mainly how creative the government has been in fucking them over. That's what is, I think, more appreciable here. Here to Learn is saying how to make private schools affordable again. They were not affordable to begin with, but they can become affordable when there is an abundance of schools and people have a very easy way to randomly create schools and close them down just like any other businesses. Okay. And the usual answer is that private schools are unaffordable. How will, if every school is that unaffordable or every school is private, then where will people go and stuff? Well, if no one can get into those schools, how will the companies or those schools survive in the first place? But Here to Learn, if you're talking about West Bengal, the situation is way more fucked than that. At this point, even at least in the education sector, even libertarianism and free markets can't save us. It can save us in the future. It can prevent situations like this in the future. But right now, we don't have enough good teachers only. Right now, if Veer Savarkar, Sri Aurobindo, God himself handles the schooling system, even they can't do anything. The school system is fucked beyond recognition. It's beyond salvage. Only ray of hope is technology, YouTube, and people leveraging that. There's no other way from this mess. No other way out of this mess.
ये आंकड़ा भी बताएं कि भले ही 1 करोड़ माने वो, उसमें कितने लोगों ने बिल के समर्थन में अपनी राय दी थी और कितने लोगों ने इस बिल के प्रावधानों पर एतराज किया था.
A believer of light is saying, what if some villages decided not to open any school at all? No, villages don't have to decide. Private entrepreneurial people have to decide. If we are talking about private gurukuls, then of course villages decide or don't decide. But if they don't, their children are happy there, they are happy with their children being uneducated, that's up to them. Or the people who don't want, they go to another village. Okay. Nina, yes, and Sanjeev Sanyal's recommendation, I had no fucking clue that would be so relevant so fucking quickly, and that too in West Bengal, so starkly, so horrifyingly. This is insane. The only solution out from this mess that West Bengal has put itself in is Sanjeev Sanyal's very, very niche, cool, edgy bro idea that there won't be brick and mortar structures. People will just listen to lectures on YouTube. Maybe for practical science classes, they'll hire one university campus for a day or for an afternoon and go there and practice and do their lab stuff there and come back. Now that's the only fucking thing that can save us. Or go on. See, that's not going to happen, right? No one listens to Sanjeev Sanyal for everything he says. And so what's going to happen in West Bengal is we're going to go on funding these horseshit schools with horseshit fucking dumbass teachers who are not qualified to do any other job except being a government servant. And we're going to keep funding them. And we're going to keep on producing more and more dumbass students, except the ones who leverage the internet. And they are going to come out of those West Bengal government schools learning only in Bengali, but not knowing Bengali enough to even understand what the fuck is written in their Bengali question papers, because the Bengali, real, proper, shuddha, nice, good Bengali is tough enough for a modern chapri kid. And they don't know a single word or letter of English. Maybe Netflix can help them in that.
नोट ऑफ डिसेंट नहीं दिया है। पूरी रिपोर्ट मेरे पास रखी है, अगर दिया हो तो बताइए। सर, मुस्लिम समुदाय का विकास होगा इस नए वक्फ बिल से। यानी जैसे वक्फ बोर्ड जो है आज का, वो मुसलमानों के विकास में सबसे बड़ा अवरोध है, उसे ये समाप्त करने जा रहे हैं। मैं सर मुसलमान
Oh, believer of light. Yeah, that all the time happens. No, it's not like every school, every neighborhood today has a school anyway. People are going to other places for sending their kids to those schools. No.
नेशनल कमीशन फॉर माइनॉरिटी एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन NCMI जो अल्पसंख्यक संस्थानों को
Yes, Boishali Di. Are, where's her comment? Yes. The public schools, okay? The public schools do about 60-70% way worse than chartered schools and private schools, whereas those chartered schools and private schools spend about 1/4 the money per student. Okay? Why is it so? Why do schools which spend more indirectly or directly, meaning hiring and paying the fees of salaries of teachers and stuff, why do those schools, those public government schools in USA, create worse students than private schools and chartered schools where not as much salary is being paid for the administration or for the teachers in those schools? One answer, and this is not that maybe Americans are better. And see, socialism fails everywhere in the same way, capitalism works everywhere the same way. Okay, here we can say yeah, देहात and stuff. तो भाई यूएसए का देहाती जो है, जो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में पढ़ा रहा है और पढ़ रहा है, वो इक्वली गांडू है. That's the nature of third party non-stakeholders running a system. Okay, the single reason for why US government schools suck, and their math, oh my god, is absolutely horrifying, especially in black neighborhoods, is teachers unions. They have repeatedly blocked any policy that could have improved those schools or even brought some accountability to those teachers. Those teachers unions have fucked the shit out of the brains of all those poor kids of America. And those are the dumb fucking asses who bring Vivek Ramaswamy on a podcast and say that, why are you saying that we need to know all the three branches of the government? I'm 42 years old. I don't even know what are the three branches of the government. In गांडुओं को पढ़ाने के लिए government पैसा डाले जा रही है US में. And now Donald Trump has ended the Department of Education centrally. And people are saying, oh my God, that's the end of education in USA.
आता है कि इस वक्त की जो संपत्ति है वो बहुत ज्यादा है और उससे आमदनी बहुत कम है. वक्त की संपत्तियों का जरा उनका कैरेक्टर तो देखिए. वक्त की जितनी जमीनें हैं उनमें से 60% तो लगभग कम.
I thought Amit Shah was speaking. It's the same voice. So Boishali is pointing out that a friend of hers was banned from parent-teacher meeting in US for questioning some wrong stuff being taught in biology. We all know what she's talking about. She was barred from future meetings of the association. And have you all seen the oh my god, my eye went towards that Castis Commies comment and I lost my train of thought. Thankfully not enough. So have you all seen the footages of some of those parents who were just reading out pages from books which were being taught to their own kids in class 2, 3 and stuff, okay? Elaborate discussions on how to give blowjob and cunnilingus, etc. The father was simply reading those things out to the school administrators and saying that, see, why are you teaching this? And let me tell you what you are teaching, and then goes on reading that stuff. And the teachers and the administrators say, no, you can't say those things. You are not supposed to use that language. Meanwhile, they are teaching those stuff in the classrooms, in government schools. Okay, so yeah, Castis Comey is saying capitalism only works for ultra-rich. Yes, exactly. Socialism works for the ultra-poor. That's why they remain poor. You see, poverty is a love story. SM is saying no orgies taught in USA, not progressive enough. Okay, let's listen to this a little.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, ये बिल जो है बिल बहुत ही सभी मुसलमानों को, मैक्सिमम मुसलमानों को, 90% मुसलमानों को न्याय देने वाला बिल है. ये जो बिल है, ये बिल असंवैधानिक नहीं है. डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर जी ने संविधान बनाया, उस पार्टी से मैं आता हूं। मेरी पार्टी RPI है, रिपब्लिकन पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया, और मेरी पार्टी मोदी साहब के साथ, एनडीए के साथ है। ये जो बिल है, बिल मुसलमानों पर आज तक अन्याय होता रहा। कांग्रेस पार्टी डिवाइड एंड रूल की पॉलिसी करने का काम करती रही और मुसलमानों को, दलितों को न्याय नहीं मिलता था। आज मुझे लगता है कि जो ये बिल आया है, हमारे किरण रिजिजू जो ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी के बुद्धिस्ट है।
Why is this guy famous, by the way? Why is this guy famous? I have heard his name. I don't know why he's famous or infamous. Castis Comi is saying, read my last comment. Why are you afraid? Hey, Laura, afraid choda na hamar channel hai. Let's see some comments. Dada Gandutar comment reaction the darkar nahi Malta. Acha. Oh, the way he talks. Okay. I thought he was drunk. What Bengal thinks today, India will think tomorrow. Yes, they will. See, just like Karnataka is doing today what West Bengal has been doing forever. He's Ambedkarite. And he's in BJP. Holy shit.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी मुसलमानों के सच्चे वाली। खरगे साहब बजाओ जोरदार ताली। मत दे दो रोज मोदी साहब को गाली।
Oh, he's in alliance.
मत दे दो रोज मोदी साहब को गाली, नहीं तो कुर्सी करो खाली। विरोधी दलों की रात हो रही है काली, विरोधी दलों की रात हो रही है काली, नड्डा सा बजाओ तुम भी ताली। तो ये जो बिल है, ये बिल बहुत ही परिवर्तनवादी बिल है। ये बिल हिंदू, मुसलमान, सिख, ईसाई, बुद्धिस्ट लोगों को जोड़ने वाला ये बिल है। ये जो बिल है, ये बिल असंवैधानिक नहीं है, जिस तरह आप बता रहे खरगे साहब। संविधान बाबा साहब ने लिखा है, आप भी बाबा साहब के अनुयायी है, मैं भी अनुयायी हूं। और आप जिस कांग्रेस पार्टी में, खरगे साहब, जब कर्नाटक में आपको मुख्यमंत्री बनाने का मौका आया था, तब उन्होंने नहीं बनाया आपको। और मुझे भी मंत्री बनाने का मौका आया था, आपने मंत्री नहीं बनाया, मैं इसलिए इधर आया। मैं
Nice stuff.
लेकिन मैं आया, लेकिन आपने तो मंत्री पद का विषय नहीं है। मतलब कांग्रेस पार्टी दलितों की बात तो करती है, बात करने से का काम नहीं चलेगा। जिस तरह मोदी साहब निर्णय लेते हैं, मोदी साहब सत्ता में आने के बाद उन्होंने बहुत सारा परिवर्तन करने का काम किया है। आप लोग ये मुसलमान के विरोधी करके आपने लोकसभा में वोट लिया, लेकिन अब मुसलमानों का वोट हमारे पास आ रहा है। ये बिल पास होने के बाद सारे मुसलमान हमारे साथ आएगी, आपके साथ तो कोई नहीं रहेगी। हमारे साथ मुस्लिम समाज आएगा, हमारे साथ दलित समाज आएगा, हमारे साथ सिख समाज आएगा, हमारे साथ क्रिश्चियन समाज आएगा, ओबीसी समाज आएगा, ब्राह्मण समाज आएगा, समाज आएगा। हाँ,
Okay.
उनके पास कुछ नहीं रहेगा, मतलब उनके पास कुछ नहीं रहेगा।
बोल रहे, जिसे कहते हैं बिगड़ी बात बने नहीं, लाख करो किनकोए, रहीमन बिगड़े दूध को मथे न माखन होए। अब जो बोलना था वो बोल चुके, सबके सामने वो आ चुका। अब एक बात और है, दूसरे धर्म स्थलों के बारे में विषय आता है, तो मैं याद दिलाना चाहता हूं, केरला के कैथोलिक चर्च ने 31 मार्च 2025 को जो लिखा, सिर्फ उसकी लास्ट की 2 लाइन बोलना चाहता हूं। वी रिक्वेस्ट द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट टू गेट द अमेंडमेंट बिल पास्ड एज अर्ली एज पॉसिबल सो दैट द टीयर्स ऑफ थाउजेंड्स ऑफ सफरिंग पीपल इन द प्लेस लाइक मुनम्बम कैन बी वाइप्ड आउट only by a legal amendment that can provide a permanent solution to their suffering. We urge all the MPs from opposition party to support the bill so that the historic legislation can become unanimous. मगर सभापति महोदय, ये अल्पसंख्यकों की बात करने वाले जब अल्पसंख्यक की बात आती है तो तराजू पे तौलते हैं, किसका वेट ज्यादा है, किसकी धमक ज्यादा है, किसकी खनक ज्यादा है, फिर तय करते हैं कि माइनॉरिटी के साथ आना है, किस माइनॉरिटी के साथ नहीं आना है। और मैं एक और बात कहना चाहता हूं, तमिलनाडु के तेरी मंदिर की बात आई, यमुना नगर में गुरुद्वारे की बात आई, केरल में क्रिश्चियन कम्युनिटी की जमीन की बात आई, बहुत सारे लोग प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप के एक्ट की बात करते हैं, तो एज पर प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट तमिलनाडु का मंदिर का तो स्टेटस नहीं चेंज हो सकता भाई। 15 अगस्त 47 के बाद किसी प्लेस ऑफ वर्शिप का स्टेटस नहीं चेंज हो सकता, तो वक्फ बोर्ड को क्लेम फॉरफिट कर देना चाहिए, बिकॉज इट इज इन कंट्रास्ट टू द प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट। परंतु अब सुनिए, यही गुरुद्वारे के बारे में भी होना चाहिए। मगर सभापति महोदय, चाहे वक्फ बोर्ड का एक्ट हो, चाहे प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट हो, एक ही को फायदा होना है, जिसे कहावत में कहते हैं खरबूजा।
Important questions here. What kind of leadership can resolve the current problems in West Bengal? Yogi equivalent leader cholbe. Only Yogi equivalent leader hi cholbe. That's what Bengal has always appreciated and liked. West Bengal has never liked, at least not in the modern times, who had, let's say, some weak spots and stuff. West Bengal only wants ruthless chief ministers. Dada, Congress made issue of Amit Shah and Raj Singh going to toilet during Waqf bill. Oh. Do you think Shubhendu can be that guy? See, just like the only way out of West Bengal's bad situation in terms of education system is YouTube, in the same way, the only way West Bengal will have a nice future with Shubhendu is if Shubhendu is ambitious enough. All of this rides on Shubhendu's ambition, how ambitious he is. If he at any point thinks, yeah, okay, let's not do this, okay, maybe later, or if he doesn't like power enough, then we have a problem. And how much of a free hand he is given now, I'm pretty sure central BJP leadership does not understand that Bengal prefers strong dictatorial leaders, and so they are going to probably try to micromanage Shubhendu, which is going to be insanely disastrous, because you have to be on your toes all the time and have to be strong. If they don't micromanage Shubhendu, then I think it works. Bengalis like trauma bonding with their state. Yes. Shubhendu can become like Himanta Sharma if he wants to. Yes, if he is allowed to. कल उड़ीसा पार्लियामेंट ने सुबह 4:30 बजे बिल पास किया. अरे ये सब बीच रात को क्यों हो रहा है? I'm not getting it. LS ने वक़फ 3 बजे finally politicians working hard. Yeah, isn't there official like working hours for parliaments and assemblies? Why is it going on in the middle of the night? Dada, don't you think government president rule will work because Bengal likes authority? No. They want the facade of democracy. They want the facade of participatoriness. But we will participate in name, but we won't do anything. सरकार कुछ करना चाहिए तो सरकार ऐसा कोई अगर strong leader वाला हो तो ठीक है. No, they can extend the time. I see. So इतना extend कर लिया. How? This is so weird and seems kind of planned for show. Anyway, CSK effect reached there. Everybody gets up at. Actually, Bengal BJP is completely controlled by central BJP. Those who don't know the real nerve of Bengal, perhaps. Madam political scientist बोले चलन. Yes. ये कैसा authority democracy? Yes. It's different. It's Bengali characteristics. Okay, let's end this live stream now. Then we are coming back in half or 1 hour. With a different topic. Okay, see you guys. Good night after a dark conversation.
যদি সবাই ফিরে যায় ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা সবাই ফিরে যায় যদি গহন পথে যাওয়ার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায় তবে পথের কাটা তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দল রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে। যদি আলো না ধরে ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা আলো না ধরে, যদি ঝড় বাদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে, তবে বজ্রানলে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো রে, আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো রে। যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে। একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে।